Hi, and welcome to WhoNoob and WhoVeteran, the show where I'm Eugene and I'm a Doctor Who veteran, and this is Russell and he is a Doctor Who noob who's only just started watching the show when Peter Capaldi came on last series. And for some reason, the WhoNoob is wearing a hoodie.
I'm grieving.
You're grieving? Are you eating and drinking again?
Okay. I will be.
Uh,
But I emotionally eat. It's the grieving process.
oh, it's about Kara, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, it's okay, mate.
I think
Get through it together.
I think I'm taking it harder than the doctor is.
Okay. This is Russell's first companion departure. Don't worry. It just gets worse.
It gets worse.
Yeah, don't worry. And then eventually you just get numb to it. But don't worry. Losing a companion is nowhere near as bad as losing your first Doctor. That will kill you.
That will kill me.
Inside.
Inside. It'll never be the same.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of it?
Oh, the episode? Okay, so today we're reviewing Face the Raven, written by first-time Doctor Who writer Sarah Dollard. And I was very excited about this episode because brand new writer. I always like it when we get new writers on Doctor Who. And it's a female writer. This is the third female writer to write for Doctor Who since its revival in 2005, which is actually kind of scary when you think about it, that there's been so few women writing for the show.
Yeah. What? She's the first. What?
She's the third female writer
Oh. Wow.
since the show came back in 2005.
But some of these female writers are writing good stuff too. You know?
You're making it sound like it's a surprise.
No, it's not surprising at all.
Sexist.
No, I don't mean it like that. Do you know what I mean? All I'm saying is.
Too late now. Too late
surprisingly enough. No, I'm joking. Not surprisingly enough. I'm saying it's good. They come up with.
Yeah. Yes, but it's good that they're getting more female talent on board now because, it's the 21st century. We shouldn't have sexism or racism or ageism.
Unless you're
or
purple.
anything.
Nobody should be purple. I'm good.
David Tennant's playing a purple guy in Jessica Jones,
David Tennant? Oh, Jessica Jones, right. Right, so.
Purple racist.
Let's get into this.
Okay, so, Face the Raven. It was a really good episode with a great ending. Kara's death was really well handled, bless you. And, yes, a good episode.
Yeah,
But the title sequence was out of sync. 0 out of 10.
He doesn't mean that. He'll get over it. Yeah, I really liked it too. I'm gonna take this off. I really liked it as well. I thought it was really good. Don't take a sip. It's okay.
They're doing so well this series, but then it was like the last episode didn't have a title sequence, and so then they forgot how to do it right.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't really know how to point it out. But I certainly always know when it is out of sync because I hear about it.
It was out of sync differently this time. Usually the music's kind of behind the visuals, whereas this time it was... No. Usually the visuals are behind the music, but this time the visuals are ahead of the music, which was...
Frustrating for you.
Yeah, I mean, this was refreshingly out of sync. It was out of sync in a new way, so...
Yeah. At least they're not making the same mistake over and over.
Yeah.
Should I ask some questions? Should I get into my questions?
If you got some questions, sure, ask them.
You look so down.
The title sequence was out of sync.
Clara's dead and you're worried about a title sequence?
But Kara's not going to stick around anymore because she's dead, whereas the title sequence is, and if I can't rely on the title sequence to be in sync, what can I rely on?
What I was going to ask is, and maybe we should just retcon you, because then...
You don't know what the retcon
Well,
is?
no, I understand what it is, but... What was it the same as? Is that the same as what he does with his when in that not last episode but the episode before where they had the two boxes?
The Zygon version.
Yeah, the Zygon version, and at the end he wiped their memory. Is that the same thing?
No, that wasn't retcon. That because what he was using was technology there. Whereas retcon's a drug which you give to someone to make them lose their memory.
Right.
It wipes the last 24 hours, and guess where retcon is from? Torchwood.
Oh.
That's when it was established, and thinking off the top of my head, this is the first time they've actually used retcon in Doctor Who. Until now, it's only been used in Torchwood, so I like that. I like me Torchwood references because I like Torchwood.
Yeah. Good. So, okay, cool. So that's retcon. Other thing, when she, and I, don't get me wrong, I know she's getting all reckless and stuff, and yes,
You're talking Clara?
Clara, yeah. Clara's getting all reckless, you know, she's like facing death and all that. But still, at the end of the episode, she didn't really want to die, did she? You know, she didn't. You could see that. But when she went to fall out of the TARDIS at the beginning, you know how she almost fell out?
Yeah.
I think it, you know, it was like she enjoyed the whole thing. I think at the moment in the moment that she thought she was going to fall out, she should have been a bit more scared rather than woo from the beginning, you know, like, and then once her legs hooked, and I'm being picky here because I really like the episode and I don't have much here to complain about, to be honest, so I'm nitpicking, but when she went to fall out, I think, you know, at first she should have
Fall out. Fall out.
What did I say? Fall out.
Fall out.
Fall out.
Fall out.
Fall out. Fall.
Fall out. Fall out.
Okay. Okay. He's up again. Well, I'll tell you, the audience, because you'll listen. I think that she should have been a bit more scared at the beginning, and then when she realised she wasn't going to fall out, then, you know, have a blast. Do you know what I mean?
Fall out.
Yeah. But yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, we'll forget.
Sorry.
His opinion.
Get video games out of my head. Focus. Okay. Star Wars Battlefront.
Okay.
Anyway, so, yeah, I disagree with you. I think that was perfectly in character of her being like, woohoo, because even if she did fall out, the Doctor could have just, like, piloted the TARDIS to catch her.
But can he do that? Like, I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, he did a similar thing, kind of like that back in Series 6, when River Song jumped out of a building and the Doctor caught her with the TARDIS.
Well, if that's the case, then was Clara in Series 6?
No. But still, but you've had faith in the Doctor to catch her, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
And also, it was kind of calling back to the 50th anniversary special where, and Clara was in the 50th anniversary special, and in it, this was back when Matt Smith was still the Doctor was hanging outside the TARDIS and Clara was holding onto his feet, and then the Doctor then deliberately kicked Cara's Cara's hands off his feet so then he could grab onto the bottom of the TARDIS and go, wee, look at how much fun I'm having. And so it was sort of calling back to that, I think, and it was trying to show how beforehand she was the one holding on to the Doctor, keeping him in, but now it's flipped. Now, you know, he's trying to keep her in while she's going, oh wee, look at me hanging outside the TARDIS.
Right.
It's one of those moments showing
I
how,
just
how Doctor-like she's become.
I just think from an acting point of view, like, your first instinct is to sort of go, like, even when you go, like, to these big rides and these things, you know, and you go on those drop things and it takes you up, and then you sit up there for a while and you're, like, waiting for it to drop, and you know you're going to survive for it, you know that you're going to just come down and stop, but you're up there, and then as soon as it drops, it's like, you know, that first initial moment, I just think, and I'm being nitpicky, sorry, I am, but that's, I don't know, I think it's just needed that
I kind of see where you're coming from, and I kind of agree and kind of disagree.
Yeah. All it was just one moment where I just felt,
it is really nitpicky though.
Yeah, it is very nitpicky, I know, but that's a good thing, it means I really like the episode.
Yeah. So my problem was the title sequence, your problem was the hanging outside the TARDIS
and the fact that Clara died.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like the way she did it.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, okay, I'm glad and I'm sad that Clara died because
I'm gonna eat because we're talking about this and I need food.
It's okay. Comfort yourself. Eat some food, and I'll talk about the death soon. And if you want, you can join in and give your thoughts on it too. But I understand if you don't want to. Yeah. It's too painful for you.
Let's sit here.
Okay.
Try not to cry.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they killed her off because, you know, I've been saying all throughout the series, Doctor Who needs more death in it again, in order to make the tension feel real again. Because the last few series has had a problem with bringing characters back from the dead a bit. So I'm glad this series we've increased the amount of death and it's ended with, you know, Clara dying. So yeah, I'm glad that they killed her off, but also at the same time I'm sad
Stop saying
because.
that. I'm glad they killed her off.
But I'm also sad because it was a really well done death scene. Like I think that's probably up there as one of the best companion departures.
Yeah.
As in saddest.
Mm.
Because it was really effectively done, and how you saw her screaming, but the music kind of flooded out her scream, so you just kind of saw the image of it, and everyone reacting to her scream.
And the way it kept like and such, you know. I'm talking about this. I can't believe I'm talking about this. The way they made her scream, and then they
had multiple
keep
shots.
replaying that.
Yeah.
And sometimes that could be like, what are you doing? But it really worked.
Yeah, it did, and it really kind of hit you.
Yeah,
And
five
she-
times it hit me. Like,
Yeah.
she did, she did, she did. Okay,
And,
I'll get it.
and she also died screaming in a similar pose in a similar position to that usually a Time Lord stands in when they regenerate, with their arms spread out like that. That's the same pose that traditionally a Time Lord regenerates in, so it's kind of, again, it's more, she's becoming Doctor-like.
Yeah.
Even in her death scene, she's Doctor-like. But instead of orange regeneration energy coming out of her, it's this black smoke of death.
Which was really, I don't know.
Creepy. Yeah,
And
and
dark.
sad. And then then she just kind of falls over and is just lying there dead, and the camera just hangs on her for a bit, and it just. Doctor Who hasn't made me want to cry in a long time, but I was this close to breaking out in tears when I first watched that.
Oh no, I didn't cry. I didn't. No, not at all.
Sure. Anyway,
Any
other
other
stuff.
problems or all good things?
All good things, really. I like that we saw the Doctor's little cards again on how to try and be nice.
Oh yeah.
That was good to see that again.
It was a good way to let him know that he was going to die.
Yeah.
It was a good way to let somebody know that they're going to die.
Yeah. I liked how we got to see. I liked Rigsy coming back. At first, I was a bit worried that they're bringing Rigsy back, because I was like, oh god, do we have to bring back every successful character?
What
who
was
people
he in
like?
again?
Flatline.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, do they have to bring back every character who people sort of like? You know, it just makes the universe feel smaller when they do that.
Yeah.
But I really liked what they did with Rigsy's character here. You know, clearly a bit of time's passed, he's matured, he's got a family now, he's got a job.
Who's going to die?
Yeah, and I liked how he spray painted the TARDIS at the end, and Clara's memory. That was a good callback to the fact that he was into graffiti back in Flatline.
He's a good actor too. There's some scenes, like the moment when he gets handed the phone and he has that vision. He really looks shocked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's that can end up looking real cheesy, but he really pulled that off.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
It's hard to go to an actor look shocked. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
There were. I really like the atmosphere of this episode, the sort of Harry Potter vibe. I like the idea of the trap streets being actual missing streets. I liked how the sort of the creatures emitting the light in the lamps were sending out the projections on all the different alien life forms to make them look human. I'm starting to cry again.
Yeah, I've had these on me all day. I'm running out.
It's okay. One thing which I'm a bit confused by is how does this refugee camp work of Cybermen? Because Cybermen don't have any emotion, and their sole drive in life is to make all other life forms like them. So how does it work having Cybermen in the refugee camp?
Do you mean like how would they fit in with, because they have got no emotion, they won't care, so how would they continue the peace?
Oh yeah, well they would go in there and then just start hunting everyone, trying to turn them into Cybermen. They wouldn't.
They wouldn't care about what the peace treaty is.
Yeah, they wouldn't. You know, how did a Cyberman end up as a refugee?
Maybe? I've just had a thought. Remember the scene where it shows this Cyberman sitting there?
Yeah.
And it looks like he's ripping his head in bandages, and then it flickers and he's drilling into it.
Yeah.
Maybe he has been tampering with
The emotional inhibitors.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's
Not
going
just
on.
the pretty face here, eh?
Kara said that line in Sleep No More, remember?
I know, but she's gone now, so.
Kara's dead. I'm sorry.
Or now I'm gonna get reckless.
No, don't. I like the music in the episode. The music was already well done, and some really good music in there. I like the Doctor's outfit.
There was some good music in there.
Yeah. I like the Doctor's outfit. I liked bringing back Ashilda / Lady Me / Mary.
Yeah, I used to like her though, and now I just really don't like her.
I do. I still like her.
I like.
I
Don't
mean,
get me wrong. I like. I like character and what she. But I don't like the character. Do you know what I mean?
You don't like her, and you like her in the same way that you like a villain in something.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like how it turned out that she wasn't really that bad.
Yeah.
But the Doctor sort of, kind of, went aggressive towards her, even though she wasn't really that much in the wrong.
Mm.
She was just trying to protect her people.
Yeah. Well.
And at the end, the Doctor says, you best be careful because the universe can be a very small place when I'm angry with you. And I like that. I hope they do something with that in future, like having the Doctor be the aggressor as opposed to someone else. I like the sort of the moral ambiguity of the whole episode and how there's a shoulder in the right killing these people, and there is a good argument that in order to keep the peace she does need a harsh punishment, but also at the same time is she going too far?
I felt so sorry for that old man.
Yeah, me too. And it's like there's a lot of really good kind of moral ambiguity here, which there was no real right and wrong answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no one really was responsible for Kara's death, yet at the same time everyone kind of was. The Doctor made Kara more Doctor-like, but then again it's not the Doctor's fault because the Doctor's travelled with other people who haven't become so reckless before. So it is kind of more on Kara, but Kara was trying to do the right thing and save Rixie, but at the same time she didn't really think it through properly.
No.
And
Stupid woman.
and at the same time, it kind of linked back to Ashilda, but at the same time she was just trying to do the best thing for her people in order to keep everyone safe. I really like the sort of the moral ambiguity. There's just a lot of stuff here that I really liked, and the sort of the mystery element. There's a lot of really cool ideas in here, and the only thing that didn't quite work was the mother-daughter who had the two faces. I like that idea of like one face sees into like the future or the past or whatever, and then the other face is just a normal face. But those characters weren't really fleshed out much at all. They're mostly just kind of there for exposition, and she didn't look like a boy. The mother tried to make her daughter look like a boy, but she didn't do it well because the other face was still fully exposed on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Now you needed to cover that up somehow.
So yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask. If you're a boy, do you still have the two faces?
I guess
but
not.
You just can't see anything, or
I don't know. Again, we don't really know enough about.
No.
We don't really know enough about the species. That's one place where I felt like the episode suffered was with those characters.
They might bring them into it again.
Hopefully, I would like to see. I would like to see another whole episode set in this refugee camp because it's a really interesting setting with some really cool world building, and I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool setting, and
do you think Clara's gone?
Do I think Kara's gone forever? Well, we do know Gina Collins in episode 12.
Is she?
Yeah.
So what are they? Are they gonna bring her back?
Well, okay. I hope I don't want them to bring Clara back to life because that would ruin this episode. However, I personally think what they're gonna do is have something like it's like a digital copy from the Nethersphere or something like that we get in episode 12, and it's not actually Kara. But it'll probably be.
Playing with my emotions.
It will probably be someone trying to manipulate the Doctor through trying to create some kind of copy of Kara or something like that.
You shouldn't have told me that. I shouldn't have asked. Now I don't know whether to let go of Clara or
to hold on
to hope.
This was a great episode that sort of wrote out Kara in a really good way, in a very sad and a very emotional way. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with the next two parts and who exactly it is that's after the Doctor and wants him so badly. So this episode I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, but on the basis that they don't bring Kara back from the dead. If they do bring Kara back from the dead, then this gets dropped down to being a 7 or a 6.
You're still on my score. 8 out of 10, that's what I was going to give it. I really liked it. I'm gutted that Clara's dead. I knew her time was coming. But I think they did it well.
We are going on the basis right now that this is basically just a standalone one-part story that just ties in to the 2-part final. However, though, this could be a bit of a utopia situation where it seems like it's a standalone story, but then the way that the next 2 episodes sort of tie into this one ends up making it a big 3-parter, and could actually make this episode even better than it is right now.
Yeah.
Or it could go the other way, the way that like Series 4 was with Turn Left, where it looks like it's going to be a big 3-parter, but then ultimately Part 1 is very much a separate standalone story that isn't affected by the quality of the next 2 episodes afterwards, so...
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. For now, it's an 8 out of 10, but it could change depending on what they do with the next 2 episodes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to bed and grieve.
Okay.
But until next time.